Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I decided that I was going to work on, we're going to see what this canvas is like from the dollar store. I'm excited. This was the biggest size that they had there. They had some smaller ones. They had the little square ones. But I'm very anxious. I hope that this is even because it looks a little janky. But I was very excited, because these are great sizes, and especially for those of you who cannot afford to go spend. I mean, honestly, nowadays you use a coupon, go to your craft store, you can get a pack of like six, for a good price. But sometimes you just only have $1 and you want a canvas. So here he is. Okay, so I drew out on here a face, and the only reason I did it is I usually do it, on camera, but I didn't want it to be a 6-hour video. So I just used, my Stabilo, which this is a blue one, but you can use whatever color you have. And I'm just going to go in with my light flesh. I just really want to see how it lays color down. So we're going to go in the face here and see what happens. It's not too bad. I did not gesso it, by the way, which normally I usually gesso if I use the regular canvases as well. Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing on it, but I just kind of wanted to see where we're at here. And like I always say, if you don't have gesso, you can always use your white matte paint or whatever color. Maybe you want it to be black. Maybe you want it to be gray in the background, You do whatever you want. But I just want to see how this dries and how the paint goes on. And I mean, you can see it's not too bad. So I was going to gesso it, and then I thought, no, I want to see, because a lot of people don't have gesso, and sometimes I just don't like taking that extra step. And I always end up putting more coats of acrylic paint than maybe, and that's what seals it. That's basically what gesso is. Now, gesso is a very, because I always say, like, if you don't have gesso, it's a chalky substance. And what that does is it lays down on your canvas and it gives you some, they call it tooth. And it gives you something for the paint to grab onto, or if you're drawing with something, something to that. Now I use matte white paint a lot. I love gesso. I have gesso. And I use it. I don't always use it though. And especially if I'm doing a video, maybe for beginners or just like using dollar store stuff. Maybe you don't have gesso. Now the dollar stores nowadays, they're carrying some good art supplies. I'm going to go back and see. I'm also going to hit up Five Below and do a video from there. I don't know if you guys have Five Belows or not where you live. I'm sure most people do, but you never know. So yeah, I have some ideas. You guys really loved the dollar store stuff. So I'm going to do that again. And there's more stuff there, so we're going to have fun. This time I'm going to try to record in, like while I'm in. We'll see. I'm going to have Emily take me, which her and I might end up fist fighting when we're there, or who knows. But she's going to help me. Okay. So you can see I'm just going around. Like I said, I drew. I love the Stabilos. I really do. Okay. And the blue, it's just going to add, what's that called? Shadow. So like if I want a little shadow here, and I just pull it off of there, go and squish it around. Maybe in here. Yeah, okay. So I'm good with that. I'm gonna go in, I think, here with the eyelid a little bit. Okay, here we go. I got a little quiet there. I was thinking. Too much, too much, too much. Do you ever do that? You get stuck in thought? Okay. So that's what I'm going to do for that. And while I have it a little wet, I am just going to take a little bit of white on my brush. And just kind of go in a little highlight. Just to lighten it a little bit. Yeah. A little bit here, a little bit here. I'm not going too wild, but I usually just do, just go flat faces. It depends, but for folk art girls, it depends on what I feel like doing. But since it's still a little bit wet, kind of go in just a little bit, and then maybe a little bit on highlight right here. She got some Jeffree Star highlighter on, which is looking blue, which I think is like his ice one or something. I don't know what white one. We'll just pretend. He does have a blue ice one. I don't know what the name is though. I don't know if it's ice. I think ice might be. Who cares, right? I'm just going on. Okay. Now, what I've been doing lately is going in with a like a dry brush. Do this one. Some of these ones that come on, you can do it. It's dry. It's like, a little wild. And I'll just go in while it's a little wet and just blend it a little bit. And you see it's just makes it a little bit more uniform. You definitely don't have to do this, but I being a mixed media artist, I ruined so many brushes, and a lot are like this, and they even sell scruffy brushes or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called, but I call them scruffy because I think back in the day that's what Donna Dewberry called them. But you can see how it just kind of blends it out really nice. So okay, so I gotta remember to put that in water. I like to sometimes I'll wipe it off on my paper towel. So if I want to use it for anything else, or sometimes a little hair comes off of the brush when you're scrubbing it, but whatever. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of the white, just a little bit. I'm going to go in. And it's okay that it's blue. I'll go in and touch with white again. It just is going to add that like shadow in there, which you'll see. Like I said, more than anything, I'm just seeing what the canvas is like. Yeah. Gonna do that. And then, what color eye we want to do? Come here. I think this is called Happy Green. Yeah, I'm gonna shake it. Gonna rinse this brush and dry it a little bit. Always make sure when you go to dry your brush, because this happens to me more than I want to admit. Oh, that's a pretty color. It stays damp down here. So I'm always going like this because I can't tell you how many times I go in to paint and that drips. And that is not enjoyable. Not enjoyable at all. Oh, it's kind of alien-like with that blue and the green. And if you like drawing, you don't have to use Stabilos. I know a lot of you don't have Stabilos, but use your water color pencils. You can get those at the dollar store as well now. Watercolor pencils, or maybe you have watercolor crayons, you know, whatever you have. Use your Crayola markers, use your Crayola watercolors. I mean, they're inexpensive and they're really nice to, have and play with. You don't have to have fanciness. Everybody loves fanciness, right? I love some fanciness, but you don't always have to have it, especially if you're starting and you don't know if it's something that you're going to love. Which, who doesn't like to throw paint at a canvas is beyond me, but that happens. It happens. But I think Crayola, and oh my, the stuff that Crayola has now, the water soluble, which are the portfolios, but they have the water soluble crayons now. I mean, just like the line has really come a far way, long way rather, and you can really get stuff inexpensively. And if you go to your local craft store, you can use your coupon and buy piece by piece. Go get them watercolor crayons from them. And use your coupon. Get them for a couple bucks and you are well on your way, and you're starting out. You can do it with the kids. You can, not feel bad about letting the kids play with your stuff, because sometimes it can be annoying with the kids ruining your stuff. Sometimes you're like, but that's even with like the folk art. I don't know why I yelled that, but that's even with like the folk art stuff. And I Love Ceramcoat. They, they're inexpensive enough that the kids can definitely play and have fun. And pouring is fun to do with the kids too. Apple Barrel is having a new pouring thing coming out as well. And it's just fun to let them just have fun and pour. I loved doing arts with my kids, arts and crafts, I should say. Even though if you ask my daughter, she'll say, I never did them with her. I did. I can't tell you the clay and everything that we used to play with. And Emily and I used to love coloring with her. Just sit with all the markers and the crayons, and we would draw pictures for each other and like give them to each other to paint, It's a lot of fun. Then they grow up and they get their own lives and they don't like doing that anymore. So if you have any kids you want to loan me, I'm here. So far, I'm happy with the canvas. I'm going to need, and this, like I said, I did not gesso it, so I can't, but a lot of people don't have gesso. And if you're buying this from the dollar store and they don't have gesso, you can kind of still see some texture under there. Does it bother me? No. It just gives it a little something, but it's not bad at all. Not at all. But I think what it is that this is a little rougher than I'm used to. Maybe because the canvases I buy are already pre-gessoed. It didn't say that this was gessoed, so not the end of the world. It really isn't. I have a picture that I drew that I wanted to kind of do on here, but I think we'll just go in. Okay, let's just do some burnt umber for her hair today. What was that, Em? What was it, him sneezing? Oh my goodness. That was loud. I'll run it right over. Let's see how. It does. Now I was going to mix some gesso with like the skin color and that kind of thing, but like I said, I'm not worried about it. I think I'm just going to go the edge here because I like living dangerously. And the paint I'm using is the multi-surface from Plaid. Now, let me tell you, I'm using Plaid folk art because I love it. But there are many brands out there that sell multi-surface now. Satin. It's basically satin paint, okay? So, just so you know, I can help you make a little, you know, a little something, some satin with what you have at home. If you have a little matte medium, or if you have a little glossy Mod Podge or a sealer or something like that, it kind of helps you out a little bit, but I'm not going to do that in this video right now. Okay, let's go over her shoulder. Now I'm gonna, normally I'd have to put 2 coats anyway, so that's quite the hairdo, isn't it? It's all right, I'm not gonna worry. She's going all in today. I'm giving her the bang. I was gonna do something else, but like I said, I love burnt umber. I can never get enough burnt umber. Like I said, I'm not going for cute and pretty today. I'm just going to see how this will work. She got a bang here. She got a bang there. Maybe I'll do bang bangs. Oh, girl, you're looking fancy. Should I do bangs across? No, I better not. All right. So what I'm going to do, you can see the texture in there that it's kind of doing, right? So I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I'm just going to take the back of this, and I'm going to just kind of, so inventive, Kelly, so inventive. And I'm just giving it some, just some texture. And I will go over it again, but what will happen, you know, it'll be a little lighter, which I want, and a little, just give it dimension. And you can, of course, go in with a lighter color, darker color, but I'm digging. So I'm going to go in a little bit and just kind of straighten this up a little bit. We watched the new Chucky movie last night, okay? And it was okay. I mean, you know, it was okay, but I just wish that some horror movies would be getting a little bit better all these years. I don't know. Maybe because Chucky was a campy one anyway. I don't know. It was, I mean, it wasn't like horrible. We have seen some really horrible movies, horror movies, but because we watch a lot of B movies. And just for the sake of saying it, my husband and daughter love the Bigfoot stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Not my gig. But we've seen some really good B movies and some crappy ones. And this was like in the middle. Fine, you know, no big deal. It's worth watching if you like horror movies. You know, if you're into that kind of thing. But I don't know. I just want some good horror movies. Now, I'm really excited to see 3 from Hell from Rob Zombie, but I don't know. I haven't read any reviews on it yet. So I don't really know, like, what it's going to be like. But we will be watching it. It's coming on, I think, video demand. October, I think. So that's pretty cool. I'm not hating this canvas. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. So I've been trying to get into rinsing my brush. Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you guys? The Plaid group, it's called Let's Paint with Plaid. And every Thursday, and they have other days during the week. I can't off the top of my head. I just know Thursdays. They do these live tutorials painting. And I'm not an acrylic painter. I can't paint many things just by looking at a picture and like reproducing it. However, I've been doing these with them. Their host is Andy Jones, and he is so delicious. And last week we had Chris Williams, who hosted in place of Andy because Andy was busy at a art thing, but PINTREST conference, I think it was. And she did these pumpkins. And I have learned so many things as far as like acrylic painting. So between all the people I watch on YouTube as well, I learn little bits and pieces, and I am just so beyond like excited. So before you couldn't watch the live streams that they did during the week on Thursdays because you had to be in the group. Well, they opened it up. So now, when I repost it on my Facebook, you should be able to watch the classes or videos, and just so much fun, so much fun. So I highly recommend it. And then if you want to join or post your artwork, any of that stuff, um, then you must join the group. But oh gosh, I just am loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm taking I want to see what markers like on here. We're just gonna do, maybe I should draw that in, Kelly. What do you think? Where's my pencil? Where's my pencil? I just had my pencil. Here it is. Girl, okay. You drawing? I just want a little bit of, so I have a little guidance, because me and not having guidance is never good, no matter what thing it is. I don't like the guidance. Yeah, the canvas is textured. Not, like I said, not a terrible thing at all. It would just need 2 coats. Plus, I think my Sharpie's like, girl, you need a new one. That's okay. All right. And then I want to deepen this a little bit. I was going to do a wing, but I changed my mind. And these dry so fast, I'll never get a wet brush on there. That's why I like Sharpies a lot, and they're permanent and they're fantastic. They're alcohol markers, but I love the, oh, I can't even get in it right now. I have to clean it out today. The Faber-Castell, because I can work with those big pit pens, and then I could take that out a little bit, and they are just fab. Just because I could spread this out as a wing and do my thing. Oh, girl. And, all that fun stuff. So I think I'm going to go in with just a little bit of this underneath here. Yeah, like as her water line almost. Just a little bit. And I know, Cal, but I love the blue, almost eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to go in and I'm going to deepen that up a little bit. And then just go over it a little bit with the skin color again to get that color. I like that. I like the way it's blowing out, but yeah. And then the nose, I'll use, just want a little bit of the nostrils, another marker. Just a little bit. And I'm loving the canvas, not gonna lie. I think this is a hit. I think I'm gonna go back and grab some more, because these, what a nice size these are. Yeah, there we go. Also take some of that black down a little bit, just so the, yeah. Okay, and do the other side. Yeah. I dig the blue lips too. I know, I shouldn't, but I do. So I think I might leave the blue lips. I don't know. What I'm going to do is go back in for the hair real quick. And let's see, I'm going to water it down a little bit. And that's a user error. It wasn't all the way dry underneath. So when I went to, it's not a big deal. I'm going to go in here a little darker because that would be darker around her face and okay. Kind of blend it through. Now, can you see the difference? You can still see those lines, but it's not as, now I can go back in, a little bit of water. I can go back in and go over and scrape more in if I want. Maybe I want, see what happened? I let that water sit on there and then, but that's me. That was my fault. I do things like that. All right, let me go in and just lightly, just a few more. See, I can see the water right there. Let me suck some of that out. Yeah, it's lifting up a little bit. You will not have that problem if you just let your layers dry. I didn't even heat gun it, which I probably should, or blow dry it, but yeah, I'm good. I like her. You know what color I'm going to do for the lips? Because this is my new favorite color in the world. It is called Pueblo. Okay. Let's do this one. This is the color I want my hair. It's like a... Is this too loud? No, honey, I'm finishing up. You're good. If you hear wrinkling in the back, it's just Emily. We went our thrifting. We're still selling on eBay and all. It's going so good. So she's going through all the stuff we bought and cleaning it and gonna list it all. If you're interested, I will put our link down below. You can go check out our eBay and our new stuff and maybe something that you're interested in. What are some things that you would be interested in, by the way, on eBay? Is there any like antique stuff or old stuff that maybe you like? Certain animals, certain brands. Okay. There we go. And I am gonna hit that with the gun because I would like to do another coat, even though I'll probably leave that alone. Dun, 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 dun. Perfect. Good. I don't care that the lips are a little bit different shaped. Why do we? Because guess what? Mine are too. So what? Who cares? Now, normally I would put, I'm going to let this dry and all, but I would put a word up here. So obviously the word's going to be breathe, but because I need that a lot. But overall, I'm happy with this canvas. I will definitely, every time I go, pick up more because I think these were a hit. I think this works fantastic. I think, don't forget to paint your ridges. I would do it all brown, but I think I put my thing in there. But, you know, other than me making a few mistakes right here, I got to let it dry. So I'll go through and touch that up. But I mean, you can see it painted on really good. And I love it. I love it. So definitely go to your Dollar Tree and get canvases. Like I said, they have all kinds of different sizes. Some people have written me and told me that they have bigger ones than this. I did not see them. But I will be doing a video. I'm going to have Emily take me, and we're going to do more stuff because I really enjoy doing that. And I love finding, I'm going to find different things to make texture and to do things out of, you know, things that maybe you wouldn't normally know, like our sink mat and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you just found me and you are interested to see what I bought from the Dollar Tree, I will link that video down below, as well as at the end of this video. You can go click it. I will put my family's eBay down below if you want to go check that out, as well as all of my other links to all my social media. And let me know down below, you know, any other things that you would like me to try out, any other stores or anything like that. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.